Tonight on WTOP-10 Nightly News, SUNY Oswego will be honoring its LGBTQ plus students come graduation season, how they're being recognized.
And SUNY Oswego is supporting its students through Job Search Stress.
Plus, earlier today, the campus held an Opportunities Expo, how the event went.
WTOP Nightly News starts now.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Riley Jones.
And I'm Honora Bullo.
As we move into the final weeks of the spring semester, many students are starting to think about jobs and internships for the summer and beyond.
Earlier this afternoon, students gathered outside our studio to meet with campus clubs and partners. Our Scott Brubaker has more on this Campus Opportunity Expo.
The talk of jobs and internships is in the air. Students met with on-campus employers as they look for future employment here on campus. Shay Brees is a transfer student new to SUNY Oswego who says she is looking for any opportunity that comes her way.
And everyone's been pretty nice. They've been super willing to answer questions and whatnot, which I really appreciate.
This is a sign that this year's expo is working the way internship and student employment coordinator Tina Cooper was hoping it would.
So we really wanted to just create something that students can come to during the day, in between classes, stop by, get good food, talk to people, and hopefully walk away with at least a lead on an opportunity.
This biannual event is not the only career fair that happens here at SUNY Oswego. Today's on-campus expo is part of a larger career fair season happening here at SUNY Oswego. The events are being hosted by the several departments located right here inside the campus. Career Services and Excel offer students several resources, including helping students find and apply for jobs, internships, and co-ops. Tina Cooper says she loves having students stop by for help.
So that when they graduate from here, they do feel like they're in the right field and they understand what they can get into, maybe even some of the things that they don't want to get into, because experiential learning is something that we do on a daily basis without often even realizing it.
It's a service that Shay says she hopes to utilize in the future.
I definitely plan on trying to use it more because I've heard that the Excel thing is how you start planning for internships. So I'm very interested in that. Definitely plan to visit again at some point.
Reporting from the campus center, Scott Brubaker, WTOP-10.
The campus is open for students Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30.
Students are encouraged to stop by at any time.
For students all across the country, the yearly FAFSA forms can be seen as an inconvenient chore. However, 3 Oswego students are providing assistance for those who have trouble filling them out. SUNY's new FAFSA Completion Corps is now providing assistance for all Lakers, high school students, and their families to support easy access to financial aid. These students are available 6 days a week with both virtual and in-person meeting options. For more information, you can visit the SUNY Oswego website. WTOP-10 reporter Eric Palmieri attended SUNY Oswego's mock interview night yesterday.
Eric?
Thanks. SUNY Oswego is hosting a mock interview night to help students reduce interview stress.
Several professors held a resume review and mock interview night yesterday at Hart Hall. This event aimed for students to feel more comfortable about the interviewing process. During the seminar, each professor gave insightful tips and tricks in interviews, as well as personal stories so that students knew what to expect in the interview. The professors also answered any questions students might have had about the interviewing process to help them feel more comfortable.
I'm Kate George. I'm the career coach for our STEM and healthcare students. I'm also the assistant director for career services.
So why should students come to these seminars?
Yeah, these seminars are a really great way to help alleviate any questions or concerns or anxieties students might have about finding internships, interviewing, building out their resume, any of those initial barriers that might prevent students from feeling like they don't know where to start or feel unsuccessful with the job or the internship search. And to see that they're not alone in it and get the tools that they need to feel more confident and ready to go.
Are there any events coming up that are similar to these seminars?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a ton of events throughout March and April, and we also collaborate with a number of different offices on events too. So for example, tomorrow there's going to be the internship expo, so we'll be there. We also have some internship opportunities in our office that students can apply for. Next week is Women's Week, and there's on Tuesdays is going to be a huge day of events that celebrates women and careers, and there's going to be a Women of Impact panel.
When it comes to internship preparation, it sounds like there will be several exciting opportunities coming up in the next couple of weeks.
Riley, Honora, back to you.
With the April 8th total solar eclipse quickly approaching, SUNY Oswego has announced its guest speakers for the big day. SUNY Oswego Distinguished Professor of Physics, Shashi Kanbar, and University President Nwosu will be opening the event.
Invited talks will include presentations by SUNY Oswego history professor Lynn Blackfield, as well as professors from Yale, Ohio State, the University of Glasgow in Scotland. The talks will take place from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. in room 122 of the Shinneman Center. While yesterday was the official first start of spring, I'm not exactly sure that Oswego got the memo.
Let's take a look at your forecast with Storm Team 10 meteorologist Evan Vitron.
Yeah, yesterday was the first day of spring. It has not felt like it, and it won't feel like it just for a couple more days, though. Looking across the state right now, we had a lot of lake effect snow impact our area today, and it's still hanging around much of central New York, and we even have a video for you of earlier today in Oswego, and you can see the visibility is near zero, and this visibility is be sticking around through much of the area along with all the snow in Rochester, Syracuse, and even in Watertown. And right now, we do have some winter weather advisories in Seneca, Cayuga, Chenango, Wayne, and Monroe counties. These will be sticking around until 8 p.m. because we are expecting some more snow tomorrow. I'll have more of my full forecast coming up after the break, but first, back to you guys at the desk.
Oswego is set to hold an engineering week from April 1st through the 5th. Some events will include several alumni panels, a competition day, and an industry showcase. This is a great opportunity for students interested in the engineering field to take a look at what the future could hold for them, as well as attractions students in the STEM field.
On Wednesday, May 1st from 6 to 8, the Pride Alliance of SUNY Oswego will sponsor a lavender graduation for LGBTQ+ graduating students and supportive peers. The event will encapsulate a sharing of accomplishments, hopes, and dreams. All those in support of the community are encouraged to attend. Still ahead tonight, the Supreme Court approves a controversial immigration law in Texas. Plus, Governor Hochul announces a big change in reproductive health in New York.
Kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
We're here for you, we're here for you. This is your channel 2. With sports and news and what to do, we're here for you. It's your TV, you're watching WTOP. Your TV, thanks for watching WTOP.
La 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 la. Free. La 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 la. La 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 la. Freeze.
Welcome back to WTOP. I'm Student Chen, Chief Meteorologist Evan Beedron. Looking across the state right now, temperatures below freezing. This is different from yesterday. Yesterday we had temperatures above freezing, which is why the roads were in such good condition. But now that they're below freezing, you may be noticing some slick spots and snow sticking to those roads. And so looking for tomorrow, your day planner, 30 degrees, very, very cold. So if you do head outside, make sure you are bundled up because we have winds 20 to 25 miles per hour. And that's not even gusts. That's just normal wind. So those gusts be near 30 miles per hour. So you can expect those temperatures to be in the teens, maybe even single digits. And even though we do have some sun, it is still going to be very, very cold out. And even though we do have sun in Oswego, areas south of us can see more lake effect snow. From Sodas all the way down to Chenango County, 2 to 5 inches could be falling on you. And other locations such as Syracuse, trace of 2 inches, Fulton, just south of Oswego, also a trace of 2 inches. Even though Oswego is not going to get snow tomorrow, the snow we've seen the past couple of days did put us to 25 inches on the year, which is still one of the least snowiest winters on record, 2023 at 35.3. But it is March, and anything can happen in March, so we may break that record. We may fall just below that record. And so here's tomorrow, high pressure over much of the northeast. But as we go through tomorrow into Friday, we're going to have some more warm air rise up to southern New York, and we have this low pressure. It's going to track up the coast on Friday night into Saturday, bringing a mix of precipitation, whether it be rain, snow, freezing rain, sleet. We are still tracking a lot of these conditions, so make sure you do stay tuned because a lot of these conditions are still a little spotty. So we are expecting some precipitation on Saturday, but mainly rain south of us and snow north of us. And looking at our 7-day forecast, Thursday 30 degrees, sun and clouds, very blustery. Friday, sun turning to snow showers again, 32 degrees. Saturday and your weekend, going from rain to snow to mostly sunny. And as you head through early part of next week, temperatures in the mid to upper 40s, sun returning, but as you head to midweek next week, rain returning to our areas with temperatures still sitting in the upper 40s. That's all for my forecast. Now back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Evan. All pharmacies across New York State will be able to supply 12 months worth of birth control without a prescription. Governor Kathy Hochul made an announcement Tuesday as many states across the U.S. have banned abortions and others are possibly banning IVF. Hochul said reproductive rights will stay protected while she remains in office. The auto industry is being driven towards electric vehicles and plug-in hybrids, but the changes will not happen as quickly as originally planned. The Biden administration finalized an important part of its climate agenda, which gives plug-in hybrids a bigger role in the transition from gas engines to electric vehicles. The auto industry has pushed back on these efforts, and now the rule will be phased in more slowly. Federal officials say having more hybrid and electric vehicles on the roads will result in a significant reduction in pollution. The way Texas handles illegal immigration could drastically change. This comes after the Supreme Court cleared the way for Texas to immediately begin enforcing a controversial immigration law that takes entering Texas illegally a state crime. But the legal battle continues.
Jen Sullivan explains what this decision means going forward. Texas law enforcement can immediately
begin enforcing a controversial law that allows them to arrest and detain people they suspect illegally entered the U.S. It also allows state judges to order immigrants to be deported.
Immigration officers need to handle this and not the local police officer. This is a federal issue, not a state or a local issue.
The law known as Senate Bill 4 has faced harsh criticism, even from some Texas leaders like Laredo Mayor Victor Trevino. It's also facing legal challenges from the Biden administration and others, as immigration enforcement is generally a function of the federal government. While the Federal Appeals Court considers the challenges, on Tuesday, the U.S. Supreme Court allowed Texas to start enforcing the law. For now,
it's going to create a mess at the border. You can't have two different immigration enforcement systems, one run by the federal government, one run by the state government.
Republican Texas Governor Greg Abbott praising the decision Tuesday, calling it a, quote, positive development. The White House releasing a statement disagreeing with the decision, saying in part, SB 4 will not only make communities in Texas less safe, it will also burden law enforcement and sow chaos and confusion at our southern border. According to Homeland Security officials, migrant crossings at the U.S.-Mexico border remain low following record highs in December. One official said roughly 4,300 migrants were arrested at the border Monday, down from more than 9,000 encounters in December. I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
Although the Supreme Court approved the law, it could possibly appear again in court. When WTOP-10 Nightly News continues, find out what new information has surfaced about the most common disabling neurological disease in young adults.
And we have details on why Subway is ditching Coca-Cola products.
Hey there, I'm Al Roker, class of 76. Yes, way back in 76. Back when the Earth was cooling. You're watching WTOP.
The Kinda Late Show with Chloe and Anna. Like licorice, Twizzlers, absolutely nasty.
The thought of turkey is just nauseating.
I think you're wrong, is what I think.
You think I'm wrong a lot of time.
I do think you're wrong a lot.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I guess I have really been looking for love in this dating app. Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
Welcome back. In consumer news, Pepsi is in and Coke is out at Subway. The sandwich chain says it will start serving Pepsi products at restaurants across the U.S. starting next year. That includes Pepsi Zero, Zero Sugar, Mountain Dew, and Lipton. The company has sold Coca-Cola products for 15 years, and the move is a result of a new 10-year agreement between Subway and Pepsi. The change from Coke to Pepsi is set to start on January 1st, 2025.
On Wednesday, iconic toy maker Mattel announced plans to open a second theme park. Mattel Adventure Park Kansas City will be in Bonner Springs, Kansas, and will be licensing partnership with the Epic Resort Destinations. That includes a Hot Wheels roller coaster, a larger-than-life Barbie beach house, and more. Construction is scheduled to start later this year, and the park is set to open in 2026.
It's the most common disabling neurological disease in young adults, according to the National Institute of Health. Symptoms of multiple sclerosis, or MS, typically start between the ages of 20 and 40.
But the disease affects people differently and can worsen over time. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither has more on new research into MS and aging, and how some hope it helps improve quality of life for these patients.
It's a disease where the body's immune system attacks the central nervous system. Multiple sclerosis inflames the brain, spinal cord, and optic nerves.
The prevalence has been increasing over the past decade for unclear reasons.
Neurologist Dr. Benjamin Segal with Ohio State's Wexner Medical Center says MS symptoms can start in episodes that resolve when a patient is younger, but over time, more attacks can happen. The progressive form of the disease can lead to lasting decline in neurological disability. Symptoms of attacks include balance problems, muscle weakness, problems with cognition, paralysis, and tremors.
As healthcare professionals, we try to alter the course of the disease to decrease attacks and ultimately delay the progressive transition into this relentless decline.
The researchers say biological age, which measures lifelong damage to cells and organs, can be more important than chronological age, which is simply the number of years a person has lived in determining the form and severity of MS.
What we're finding is that biological age, as indicated by these tests, really is strongly associated with degree of disability in multiple sclerosis, whether you're in that progressive phase of disease, how much functional reserve that you have.
Segal says researchers are studying how to slow down or reverse biological aging to better care for patients with MS and improve quality of life. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Dr. Siegel says biological aging can be influenced by several factors, including a person's genetic background, their lifestyle, and environmental exposures. And with some early spring snow comes some late spring sports.
Matt Shermita has more on what this means for Oswego State athletics.
Thanks, guys. Yes, the snow has caused some disruption here for the Oswego State men's lacrosse team, but spring sports are blooming elsewhere. I'll have that and more in your Wednesday night sports report after the break. Jill told me it was Kitty from Glee. Yeah, what is it?
Al Roker.
We're here for you, we're here for you. This is your channel 2. With sports and news and what to do, we're here for you. It's your TV, you're watching WTOP. Your TV, thanks for watching WTOP.
What's going on?
Yeah, dude, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa. You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow. Get a closer for that one.
Matthew,
Broadcast news.
look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
The MLB sends another shot heard around the world and your first 3 victors in the NCAA tournament. Welcome back to WTOP-10. I'm Matt Sharamita with your Wednesday night sports report. Starting off with a look ahead, the Oswego State men's lacrosse team will return to action tomorrow after today's scheduled game against Utica was postponed due to inclement weather. This will mark the 20th contest between the Lakers and the Pioneers, with the Lakers winning the last 4. A win tomorrow will mean a tie for the longest streak for the Lakers in their history with Utica as they look to improve to 3-3 before beginning SUNYAC play on Saturday. Oswego State will defend their home turf for their next 5 games, with tomorrow's game beginning at 4 p.m. And in Fulton, star basketball player Gavin Doty will play in the SCAC All-Star Game after earning the Empire Conference Player of the Year award, his second in his high school career. Doty averaged 28.3 points per game, notching a double-double in all but 1 games, as well as getting 7 triple-doubles on the year. Doty says that the award is a big honor, but he wouldn't have been able to do it without the guys around him. And his 2 teammates, Tyler Ditton and Edwin Baldwin, he called them, quote, straight ballers. They also earned an all-star selection and second team honors this year. While the regular season is over for Doty and the Red Dragons, basketball has not left the mind of the young prospect as he will continue to play on Nike's EYBL team, City Rocks. As for what we can expect from Doty, he plans on visiting with the University of Buffalo this month and has eligibility to return to Phelps Prep School in Pennsylvania next year. And while most of the MLB teams are still gearing up for the regular season, the LA Dodgers and the San Diego Padres have hit the Gocheok Sky Dome in Seoul, South Korea. As a continuation of the MLB World Tour, which began last season, the Dodgers were able to ease their way by the Padres in a 5-2 victory, relying on their 1-2 punch in Mookie Betts and newcomer Shohei Ohtani, who signed in the offseason. The Seoul Series continues tomorrow as Yoshinobu Yamamoto makes his long-awaited start on the rubber. If you want to catch the Japanese sensation's first appearance, you'll have to set those alarms early, as first pitch will be at 6:05 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on ESPN. And we are 20 days into March, but for college hoops fans, the month, it's just begun. These 2 teams both looking for their first March Madness wins program history. We're going to start things off. Melvin Council Jr., he gets his night off early. A deep pull-up 3, time winding down. We're starting things off crazy. The ending, it gets crazier. Second half, 10-point game, 2:30 to go. Seth Towns, drains the 3 there in the corner, but Council Jr. now will get in the corner, get the drive, the spin, and the fader, and he's just a counselor of buckets, if anything. Give him 21 points in this game. The Bisons, though, they're trying to fight back in this one, being down as much as 17. Now this game's within 3. And this ending, we've seen it before. It's something straight out of a rom-com. Whole lot of, will she? No, she won't. Oh, but will he? No, he won't. That shot's no good. How about the last chance? No good, no happily ever after for the Bisons, but for the Seahawks, their first NCAA tournament win in program history. We're going to head to UVA versus Colorado State. A lot of hype surrounding Virginia. Not really sure why. Their offense has struggled all year. It struggles again tonight. Colorado State, though, they've been efficient. They start their efficient night. Great Scott. How is Joel Scott that wide open? Must have a restraining order on UVA. And he gets an easy bucket to start things off. I mentioned the efficient shooting from the Rams. They found buckets like this all night, shot 55% from the floor. And look at this score right now, 34-14, Virginia trailing 20, 17 to play. And just when you thought Virginia was coming back, Patrick Cartier hails up the 3, somehow falls. That's 2 threes for the big man. And they're just beating a dead horse in the most respectful way possible. Inside, easy bucket for Colorado State, absolutely wiping the floor with the Cavaliers. Joel Scott, Nick Clifford, both getting double-doubles in this one. They move on to see Texas on Thursday, and Grambling also joining the dance with an 88-81 OT win over Montana State coming just moments ago. That's going to do it for tonight's Sports Report. Stick around to meet your Pet of the Week coming up after the break.
What's going on?
Yeah, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30? Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa.
You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow. Get a closer with that one.
Broadcast
Matthew,
news.
look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Welcome back to Major Discussions.